This is my tiny shop in Prague. I paint, I thrift, and I teach in order to keep myself fed. Here's the corner where I teach individual students painting. This is where I make my altered and custom shirts, and that's where I make my videos. And here is where I make my big paintings. I got a lot packed into this little shop. So let's take a look at what I've been up to this week. We started the week by making some candles, putting these candles into tiny little teacups. Overall, the week was very slow. I think officially I'm getting trolled at this point. So yesterday, first day, somebody brings something back. So I'm minus 100 crowns. Plus it's just totally empty. I got 0 sales. And then somebody came in today ready to buy some stuff. Check it out. They can't find their money. So they're like looking in all their pockets. There's no money. So basically at this point I'm just being trolled. I got new stuff. It's just, man, this is a slow month. This is super slow. I know it comes back. You know, I've talked to my other friends that have shops around here and been asking them to, you know, how's it going? It's slow. Everything's slow. So anyway, looking forward to it warming up and getting things rolling again. But in good news, next door, the cafe, right through that wall, I hear people like moving plates around and tapping walls like they're hanging pictures and stuff. So thankfully somebody is moving into the cafe next door, and that's awesome because they have outdoor seating, and then I leave my door open, and then the people that are there just wander in a lot easier. So that's good. Silver lining. But man, it's been slow. I'm going to update on what is going to be I'm going to sell something to break the spell. But I don't know what. What's it going to be? What's going to sell? Something. Got like over 200 items here. Here's a little zine that I make, and I give it to people so they know some cool spots to come if they're just in town for a few days. And this week, I went to this place called Pisecka Brana. Take a look at it. Built in the 18th century, this was once part of the city's defenses, protecting Prague from invaders. Today, it no longer serves as a military checkpoint, but instead is used as a cultural space. The gate has been restored and now hosts exhibitions, concerts, and events. It's tucked away near Prague Castle, making it a great stop for those who want to find a cafe near the castle. So next time you're in Prague, step through Pisecka Brana and get yourself a coffee and look at some art. I ended up taking this shopping cart. I found it on the street in front of my shop, and I wanted to take a photo with it, and now I'm realizing I literally just have an Albert shopping cart. So now I gotta go take it back. It's annoying. This is what you gotta do for the right photo. So I've got this vest here, and I'm gonna attack it with some different inks and make a character on the back because it's just too plain. Let's jump into it. Finished up this vest. Got some different airbrush elements on it. Yeah, both sides. You can see both sides that I did. And it was a fun exploration process. Using this fabric, or this like fake leather stuff, is actually kind of nice. It's really conducive to the airbrush, as you can see in some of these elements. You do get some nice blends. And I think I could utilize stencils a lot more. A lot of me doing this was just figuring out how to get the paint down and then make some gradations and stuff like that. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, as well as this little guy here. Well, I've got 2 weeks left of this class that I'm teaching. And towards the end, we always do master copies. Like you can see here, I printed out a couple different master copies. And I had this realization as I was picking them up today. You know, really, to do a master copy, you could do that for an entire class. And so many times I probably try to like complicate things and make all these different lessons with all these different, like, here's the principle of this and here's this. And I guess that's good. But at the end of the day, sometimes maybe if you just had 12 classes of looking at one painting and repainting that one painting, there's probably a good chance you'd actually learn a lot more. So we can take a look. We were working on portraits, so I picked some portrait people. Sargent, Rembrandt, Zorn, of course, because we did the Zorn palette, Velasquez, Lebrun, Bouguereau. I know. Sorry about that. Franz Hals. What's happening there? Ang. Look at that, though. Pretty awesome. Gross, or Akins of Gross. Part of the Gross Clinic. Just kind of close up there. And a Rayburn. So anyway, maybe it would have been nice to do that for the entirety of the year. I had a student ask me the other day, or well, they just said it because we ended up in the metro together. And he said, you know, our students, they haven't really changed much over the years, have they? They're kind of doing the same thing, right? They're just figuring out how to paint. And I thought about it for a minute. Nobody's really asked me that before. And I thought about, you know, how have art students changed over the years? And one thing that popped into my head was that, you know, the internet really has changed the way people find art and look at art and make art based on stuff that they see. And when I was growing up back in my day, books were the thing. You always wanted books. You know, you got the Diebenkorn book, and that was awesome to have that Diebenkorn book. And you would borrow books from your friends. Hey, can I get that Diebenkorn book? And then you'd kind of be in the cult of Diebenkorn together because you'd both get to, you know, look at this book and you'd kind of learn the paintings together and all this sort of thing. And now, everything's on Instagram, right? And everything's also contemporary. Bringing up somebody like Diebenkorn doesn't really happen much, except with people like me. So I think that's a big thing that's shifted, and there's, you know, other factors as to why that might be. But it could be something to bring back and something to consider if you're studying art. Just going to a library, getting books from the library, sitting with them, and also creating stuff based on that, right?
Here's an easy way how to find my shop. Wherever you are in Prague, just look for the TV tower. There it is in the distance. Once you find the TV tower, my shop's just a block away.
This is the slowest day I've ever had. There is humans outside, just nobody coming in. This cafe is still closed. Cukrarna. Got sales going on. Nobody paying attention. Buttons, trying to get people in with the buttons. So thanks a lot for watching this week and my trials and tribulations as I try to keep my little vintage shop where I teach painting open. It's a goofy shop, but somehow it's working. I'm paying my rent. I'm making a little bit of money. I wish I could be making more. I also made an Etsy shop this week, which I hadn't had forever, and I was finally like, you know what? I might as well just throw up some of these shirts on Etsy and make them available as well. So you can find the link for that down in the description. If you want one of my shirts shipped to you, we can make that happen. So thanks a lot for watching, and thanks for sticking with me throughout these years. I know my channel has been scattered. I'm trying to focus it more and make this vlogging content for Sundays, and then doing the weekday or the Wednesday workshops, doing more like lecture-based stuff, and then having some how-to videos and stuff like that, and shorts, all this sorts of stuff. So I'm kind of focusing my content, and I think it's going to be better. And I really appreciate everybody who's watched me throughout all these years. Thanks.
Van Gogh wasn't just some tortured genius. He poured his heart into decorating this tiny little yellow house for Gauguin. Upon arrival, tensions would begin to arise. Look at this Gauguin. Notice how the colors are muted and subdued. Now look at this Van Gogh and the intensity of the color and brushwork. Let's go back to the yellow house. Van Gogh would paint sunflowers to decorate the walls for Gauguin's visit. The two artists would not see eye to eye on virtually anything, from art to how they lived. Gauguin would leave early after getting into an argument. This devastated Vincent, whose dream had been crushed. This is what preceded him cutting his ear off. A stark reminder of just how fragile we all are when our dreams don't work out.